Om Yagyanandvinandasya Gyananjanasakya Yakshoranmritam Jayana Dasmi Sri Gurave Hi Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to our ISKCON official YouTube channel. Today I am going to discuss 23rd chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam 8th canto, in which there is description of demigods regained their heaven. We have described how in chapter 15, body simply by blowing his conch shell, however the demigods flew away. And now in this 23rd chapter, it will describe how the demigods got back their heaven. So Bali Maharaj, along with his grandfather Prahlad Maharaj, entered the planet Sutara, and how the Supreme Personality of Godhead allowed Indra to re-enter the heaven planet. All these things should be described in this chapter, 23rd chapter. This is the last chapter of Lord Vamana's pastimes. So, in 3 verses, Bali Maharaj's gratitude will be described. The great soul Bali Maharaj experienced that the highest gain in life is to attain devotional service under the shelter of the Lord's lotus feet in full surrender. Being fixed in this conclusion, his heart full of ecstatic devotion and his eyes full of tears, he offered obeisances to the personality of Godhead, and then with his associates entered the planet known as Sutara. So 3 to 4, these 2 verses are satisfied and the desire of Aditi. The Lord also satisfied the desire of Aditi. We have described how the Pavavrata was done by Aditi Mata. Thus the Supreme Personality of Godhead satisfied the desire of Aditi and reinstalled Lord Indra, his son, her son, Aditi's son. And 5 to 8, these 4 verses describe Prahlad Maharaj praised the Lord. Prahlad Maharaj, being aware of body's release from arrest, then described the transcendental pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in this material world. Prahlad Maharaj praised the Supreme Lord for creating the material world, for being equal to everyone, and for being extremely liberal to the devotees, just like a desert tree. Indeed, Prahlad Maharaj said that the Lord is kind not only to his devotees, but also to the demons. In verse 6, Prahlad Maharaj says, Nemang virincho lavate prasadam na sri na sarva kim utaparayani janno surana asidurgapalo vishwavivandai avivandita angri. That means, Prahlad Maharaj said, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, you are universally worshipped. Even Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva worship your lotus feet. Yet, although you are such a great personality, you have kindly promised to protect us, the demons. I think that such kindness has never been achieved even by Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, or the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi. But to speak of the other demigods or common people, Lord is the security guard. In Vishnu Jaguta in his purport says, Rakhisye sarvato aham tuam. The Lord said in 22nd chapter. That is being described here by Prahlad Maharaj. That is, I will keep him protected. I became his security guard. In verse 7, Prahlad Maharaj further says, Jatpada Padma Makaranda Nishevanina Brahma Daya Sarana Da Asnuvate Vibhuti Kasmad Bayam Kustraya Kala Jonayaste Dakshiniya Drishti Padavim Bhavata Pranitaha. Dakshinam Drishti. The supreme shelter of everyone, great personalities like Brahma enjoy their perfection simply by tasting the honey of rendering service to our lotus feet. But as for us, who are all rogues and debauchees, born of an envious family of demons, how have we received your mercy? It is impossible only because your mercy is causeless. So, in this way, he described the unlimited causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then, with folded hands, he offered his respectful obeisances unto the Lord, and after circumambulating the Lord, he also entered the planet Sutara in accordance with the Lord's order. Prahlad Maharaj is in various places. Sutara Loko is there. He is also there. We have described in 5th canto. He is also in Harivarsha. He is offering prayers to Nrsimhadev. It is in 5th canto, 18th chapter. And the 13 to 18, These 6 verses that Shukracharya also glorifies the Lord. And the Lord then ordered Shukracharya to describe Bali Maharaj's faults and discrepancies in executing the sacrificial ceremony. Shukracharya became free from fruitive actions by chanting the holy name of the Lord, and he explained how chanting can diminish all the faults of the conditioned soul. Very famous verse, Shukracharya. In verse 16, Mantrata Stantrata Sedram Desakalaha Vastuda Sarvam Karoti Nischidram Anusankirtanam Tava. Very famous verse. That is, there may be discrepancies in pronouncing the mantras and observing the regulatory principles, and moreover, there may be discrepancies in regard to time, place, person, and paraphernalia. But when your Lordship is the holy name is chanted, everything becomes faultless. The purpose of Prabhupada says, I have seen that many religious leaders are dedicated to performing yajnas and spending hundreds and thousands of rupees for imperfect sacrificial performances. This is a lesson for those who unnecessarily execute such imperfect sacrifices. In verse 17 it is stated, Shukracharya says, Tathavi vadato bhuman karishyami anusasanam etat sreya param gunasam jat tavangya anupadanam. That means, Lord Vishnu, I must nonetheless act in obedience to your order, because obeying your order is most auspicious and is the first duty of everyone. So he then completed Bali Maharaj's sacrificial ceremony. So he completed the 100th time in the sacrifice. Yajna was being conducted. At that time, Lord came and all these disturbances happened. But now it is completed by Shukracharya. So he is eligible to be Indra. So he will be the Indra next Manu. That is Savanya Manu. It is described in 8th canto. We have already described it. Anyway, 1927, these 9 verses describe demigods worship the Lord, Vamana. All the great saintly persons accepted Lord Vamana as the benefactor of Lord Indra, because he had returned Indra to his heavenly planet. Until now, Indra and all the demigods were incognito, hiding. He couldn't go to their place of heaven. They are shelterless, homeless. They are homeless. But their demigods become homeless. What to speak of others? So-called homeless persons in our planet. Anyway, they accepted the Supreme Personality of Godhead as the maintainer of all the affairs of the universe. Being very happy, Indra, along with his associates, praised Vamana Devi for him and re-entered the heavenly planet in their airplane. For so many years, they entered that house. They became homeless. Having seen the wonderful activities of Lord Vishnu in the sacrificial arena of Bali Maharaj, all the demigods, saintly persons, pitas, bhutas, and siddhas glorified Lord again and again and again and again. Like that. Glorifying. So, you have heard the Vamana charita, pastimes of Lord, from 15 to 23. These 9 chapters. So, what is its result? Phalastuti. The Phalastuti is described in 3 verses. So, in verse 30 it is stated, if one hears about the uncommon activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his various incarnations, he is certainly elevated to the higher planetary systems, having brought back home, back to Godhead. You will go back to the spiritual world because you have heard. The Lord is saying this. And in verse 31, it said that whenever the activities of Vamana Deva are described in the course of a ritualist ceremony, whether the ceremony be performed to please the demigods, to please one's forefathers in Pitruloka, or to celebrate a social event like a marriage, that ceremony should be understood to be extremely auspicious. These Vamana Deva's pastimes. So thank you very much for listening to this Vamana Deva's pastimes. Jai Lord Vamana Deva ki. Please don't forget to subscribe, share, and like our channel and get blessings of the Lord. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.